absolutely love the way this PC looks. Like, it's incredible looking to me. Not only because it's got my logo on it, but it's orange and black, which is, you know, my whole theme here on the channel recently, and orange is my thing in general. But the price of it is kind of an issue. So we're going to talk about it in this video. I want to give you some options to get a really awesome performing PC that also looks amazing. The only reason it's expensive at this point in time more than normal is because of the AI crap. But anyway, let's get started with the CPU. Now, the CPU and GPU combo I chose for this is absolutely awesome. And if you've already watched my Corsair video, you already know what it's going to be. But if you haven't, this combo is the best price to performance combo that you can have. As far as the higher end price to performance goes, it's not a budget combo by any means. We're talking about FPS per dollar here. Starting with the CPU is the 7800X3D. The reason I picked the 7800X3D is it's cheaper than the 9800X3D by around $70 to $100 right now at the time of recording this video. Unless you're one of the 7 people that lives close to a micro center and you can get one of those bundles and you can, you know, save money there. You could also get a Ryzen 7 9700X. It would also pair really well with this GPU and you wouldn't have any issues, and it's a little cheaper, not a whole lot cheaper, but you know, you can save some money there. If you're primarily going to play at 1440p, or especially if you want to play this at 4K, you could even go a little bit cheaper with the CPU. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted the best gaming performance possible, so we went with the 7800X3D to save a little bit of money. Which I know some of you are going to be like, well, if you're going to spend that much money on aesthetics, you could have just got the 9800X3D. Not everybody wants to spend the cheapest amount possible and their PC look like trash. That's just not what everybody wants to do. So I spent money on aesthetics. Now, I didn't pay for every part of this. I'll get to that in a minute. Nobody paid me to make this video. I did use some parts that were sent to me, but I'll get to that in a minute. I was not sent this motherboard. This motherboard is the Gigabyte Aorus Elite motherboard. It's the X870E chipset, Wi-Fi 7, got some awesome heat sinks. It's got PCIe quick release, easy installation for the SSDs. I think you can hold 4 M.2s in there. Nice heat sinks for the M.2s. Really awesome motherboard. I think Gigabyte absolutely killed it this year when it comes to aesthetics. Their ICE motherboards, if you like white, they look awesome. Their graphics cards look awesome. Everything that Gigabyte put out this year looks really nice aesthetically. There's nothing crazy about it. They didn't try to go weird with anything. It's just super clean, super nice, and I love it. The main reason I built this PC was to have an extra test bench for my high-end graphics cards that I'm going to be testing on the channel. I want to get back to testing more graphics cards, and that's why I've been doing so many PC builds here recently. However, speaking of PC builds, I'm holding on to this one, but one thing I want to start doing in 2026 is giving you guys a chance to buy the other PC builds that I do. I know Zach's Tech Turf does this, but he's not the only content creator, and I would like to start doing this as well. And so how we'll do it is we'll do it via Discord. Discord members, paid Discord members will get first dibs. They will get a slightly higher discount than the regular Discord members. So even if you're a free Discord member, you'll still have the opportunity to buy a PC, but the paid members will get first dibs on the PCs. The paid members of the Discord also get access to me to answer your more in-depth PC questions as well, and we'll hang out there, and we might start doing community games or something like that in the Discord as well. But I want to be able to get back to you guys, so I'm going to be selling the PCs cheaper than what I paid for them, and so I'll be losing money on it unless these videos get enough views for me to make money. But I want to be able to keep making videos, and if I can give you guys a good deal where you're happy and I can get some of the money back so that I can keep making more videos for you, that's my ultimate goal with it. But you can let me know what you think about that down in the comments. Discord link is in my bio. Now let's move on to the expensive parts of this PC. After the motherboard, we have a 2 terabyte Gen 4 or Gen 5 SSD. I don't remember. It's a 2 terabyte from Crucial. It's the T500. It's really fast either way. It's either a fast Gen 4 or it's a Gen 5. But I've had this SSD for a while now, and the main reason I picked it up is for a test bench. And I'm upgrading my test bench to this, my higher end graphics card, so I just moved that SSD over to here because I couldn't afford, after buying this motherboard and graphics card, to get an SSD, at least not 2 terabytes right now. Those prices are insane. That's why I told you this prices are crazy. Even more crazy than that is I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. Now, luckily for me, I bought this RAM before Ramageddon, whatever you want to call it, but 64 gigabytes of Kingston Fury RAM. I used this in my dream PC, but Patriot actually sent out some RAM for me a few months ago, and I upgraded the 96 gigabytes of RAM in my main PC that I do everything on, and so I put the 64 gigabytes in here. I told you it was absurd. which is crazy, guys. I know it's crazy, but anyway, moving on. Now, if that wasn't crazy enough, we did go all out on aesthetics here. Not completely all out, but we did put some solid aesthetics with the help of our friends over at Tryx. Tryx was nice enough to send out the case, AIO, and fans for this build. They did not pay me for this. They just sent it out and said, hey, it'd be awesome if you built a PC in this. And I was like, yeah, cool. I really like the AIO and I want to try their case out. Gamers Nexus hated this case, but I literally had no issues building in it. So, you know, maybe they just took Gamers Nexus advice. I don't really know, but I don't have a problem with it. I'm not one to just hate on people all the time like Steve is, but you know, whatever. That's how Steve makes his money. It's not for me to judge. If Steve just wants to be negative Ned all the time, that's fine with me. But I genuinely like PC gaming. I don't want people to get screwed. I also know that everyone makes mistakes, and I've made plenty in my lifetime. So, you know, it's whatever. To each their own. Now, as far as the case goes, this is the Luca 70, I think. There may be a letter in there somewhere that I'm missing, but it's extremely heavy. Like, I'm talking struggle busting to pick it up because I need to work out more, okay? I'm too little, bro. But anyway, it does have a nice handle, which makes it a little easier, but I'm not used to cases having handles, so sometimes I forget to like use the handle. But it's a really heavy case, but it's really well built in my opinion. And it was super easy to build in. The only problem that I had with it is if you see the PSU shroud, you had to move the PSU shroud down to the bottom. It's installed up here at the top to start with, and that's okay. I mean, it's not a terrible design. The only problem is you can't put the 360mm AIO up here if you have the power supply up here. And I didn't want to put the AIO on the side. You could have, like, that's perfectly viable. I've done that before and there's been no issues. And I could have just put like fans on the bottom, like extra intake fans on the bottom, and just only put like one fan up there at the top or something. I could have done that, but I like the more traditional look. So you can actually take out the PSU shroud. It's got several screws and different things, and you can move it down, and then you can move the motherboard and all the other slots up, and you can have the look that is traditional. So I could put the 360mm AIO at the top, which I personally like better. And the AIO that Tryx sent over is their Panorama SE. I've used it in my Dream PC build. They sent out another one. I love this thing. It has got a curved AMOLED screen, 60 hertz screen. So my little animated logo here actually looks really cool. I like this a lot. It's actually a stinger transition because I want to start streaming on the channel. I'm gonna start doing 2 live streams, at least 2 a month. I want to do 2 per week, but at least 2 a month to start with. One of them is going to be a chill PC talking stream with you guys, and one of them is going to be testing to see if a particular CPU and GPU combo can play games and stream at the same time. So we're going to be testing both of those things on the channel a lot more, so I can interact with you guys more and be around more to help you with your PC questions and things like that. And just, you can get to know me, I can get to know you, and we can build an awesome community that is not negative all the time, which a lot of PC communities are these days. So that's what we're going to try to build. If that's something you're interested in, click the notification bell so that you're ready and get those notifications. We'll also be talking about that in the Discord that I've already talked about. But that's enough of that. Power this whole PC. We got a 1,200 watt power supply, 1,200 watt power supply from Seasonic. Yes, that is overkill, but I wanted to make sure that it could power any GPU that we might test on here. Seasonic sent this out to me like over a year ago when I did my first switch from Intel to AMD, back when all the Intel issues were happening, and I switched to a white PC build. If you remember that on the channel, those of you that have been around for a long time, and I just kept this power supply. I have all the cables for it, so I just moved it over to this one, so that way I can test any graphics card I want. I'll have the cables for it, I'll have the power for it. It'll be really, really nice. However, the first graphics card that we're going to be testing with this particular test bench is one that I absolutely love. It is the RX 9070 XT, the Aorus Elite version. I love this thing. It looks so nice. I've already talked about Gigabyte's aesthetics. I don't want to keep doing that. Again, not sponsored by them, but this thing just looks awesome. It's really expensive though. Like, you can't find them anymore. Like, I can't find them in stock anywhere. I actually overpaid for this one. I paid $1,000 for it because it's the only one I could find. Actually, it was like 900 and something, but it was close to 1,000. But that's way overkill for a 9070 XT. Gigabyte has other models that are always in stock. They just don't have like the RGB and stuff, and they're way cheaper. So like, there's no reason to get this model. I just like the way it looks, and I like being in debt apparently. So my credit card is hurting. So if you want to see the benchmarks for this PC, I'll have a dedicated video right here. And if you want to help me pay for this stuff, you can go watch the Corsair video. That's also really cool.